Erev Shabbat Shalom. We are reading this week Parshat Achremot Kedoshim, and within it we have the powerful verse that is so often cited and perhaps at times misunderstood. The verse that Rabbi Akiva, the hero of perhaps this period of time of the Sfrat Omer, this coming week on Thursday, we'll celebrate the 33rd day in which the students of Rabbi Akiva and reaffirm life from a place where they didn't respect one another, lo nagu kavod ze b'zeh, or from a military failure of not respecting one another. But Rabbi Akiva comes and teaches that v'ahavta l'reacha kamocha, loving your neighbor as you love yourself, ze klal gadol b'Torah. This is the great principle, the great value, the great central tenet of the Torah. And I want to challenge us a little bit to not look just at Rabbi Akiva, but to look back to the very beginning of the Mishnah period of the sages of the Mishnah, in which perhaps the founders of the Mishnah tradition were the great sages of Hillel and Shammai. There's a story in Shabbat, page 31a, in which a potential convert comes before Shammai and says, Shammai, Shammai, teach me the whole Torah while I'm standing on one foot. And Shammai sends him away. It's megaresh oto, chases him away. And then he goes over to Shammai's partner, to Hillel, the other great sage of that generation, and says, teach me the whole entire Torah while I'm standing on one foot. And Hillel says, not exactly this verse, but he says, what is repugnant or reviled to you, don't do to your friend. The rest is all commentary, go and learn. And Hillel comes off looking a little bit better. But I want to, because even though we are all students of Hillel, I'm also always a fan of the underdog. I want to try and understand Shammai. Shammai teaches in the Pirkei Avot, in the first chapter of the Ethics of Our Fathers, teaches, Haveh mikabel kol ha'adam b'sefer panim yafot. Welcome each person, a smile, with sefer panim, seeing the goodness in each person. Yet he chases off this potential convert without even a word, just saying, how can you even raise such an issue? And I think Reb Tzadok suggests that what Shammai is saying is that you have to respect each person. That person has to respect you back. There has to be a relationship of mutual respect. And when you love your neighbor as you love yourself, you also have to love yourself. And I think it's not coincidental that Rabbi Akiva champions the sense of Jewish pride and Jewish love, teaches this most universal of messages. And it's not coincidental that Shammai, who teaches Kabbalah Kol Adam B'Sever Panim Yafot, isn't able to accept this potential person who's coming before him and says, teach me everything that's important to you while I stand on one foot. That isn't enough. There needs to be that level of self-respect. And I think as we now begin to venture back out, at least here in Israel and hopefully over time throughout the world, into more engaged social interactions, this is precisely a time to pay attention, to love your neighbor as you love yourself, but not to forget the need for self-respect and self-love in creating those boundaries that ultimately lead, these boundaries of self-respect and so lead to concentric circles of loving yourself, loving your neighbor, loving your fellow Jews, and ultimately loving the entire world. Shabbat Shalom.